So we talk about technological innovations, reducing the energy and the resources that are being used to move things or move people. Right? So that's kind of like, well, more efficient ways, pack it more tightly, etc., etc. So just use the total energy that is being consumed, that is, that when you move people or goods more efficient. I will bring the same example again. I mean, Tesla, on the primary energy perspective, even though it's a super sports car, so it accelerates from 0 to 100 in the fastest one, I believe, in less than 4 seconds, and up to 200 kilometers in less than 10 seconds. So this is a super sports car, but as a primary energy resource, it still uses less than every other car that we have normally using on a combustion engine, right? So the energy that is consumed on these cars are less, to bring one example. Then we are very careful with that one, but it is an important one. Methods addressing behavior and incentives to decrease traffic. So we're not trying to change behavior in terms of like preaching to people that you should drive less car. Okay, that's not the solution that we see. So it's more like, how can you actually incentivize and find ways to also make people be more efficient here again? Well, how can we incentivize to optimize that you take the shortest route, but not the one that is already congested, etc., etc. Smart transportation management. So, for example, if we can find ways that one truck is not being used full in one way and then empty in the other way, how can we reduce waste in generally, like empty freight, etc. How can we increase efficiency in general for logistics especially, and there we have the perfect partner to help you in getting a business solution out there with the data that you need and the experience that you need. And or how can we decrease pollution while doing that? And I believe that most of the people know that pollution is quite a significant problem here related to mobility. And then I'm very happy that Penji showed that slide with the value chain. In understanding the value chain in businesses is the way to go to increase efficiency, but also to improve yourself in the competition. If you're better in value chain, if you're better in logistics, you will have a competitive advantage. That's no question. If you improve that, if you use less resources, you're cheaper. It's that simple. So that's something that we're really hoping for, to get innovation, and we're really looking forward to get maybe some application software, etc. in that sector. And then whatever we talk about, Dino mentioned that well, Philippines is a country with 7,000 plus islands, so we talk about transportation by water, by land, and by air. So, huge spectrum, which is the beauty. As mentioned, the application is now open, the deadline, and believe me, I'm Swiss, I have my Swiss passport in my pocket, so the deadline is November 15, which means the deadline is November 15. Okay, so if you talk to people, the first reaction when we said the deadline is November 15, they said like, oh, okay, relax, right, it's still a long way to go. There is no way that we're going to prolong it, okay? Let's be very clear about that. That's the first thing. Second thing is, if you apply earlier, as mentioned, we have 2 spaces, 2 slots in the pitching session, which is for the ones that include the community, include people, include innovation, and opinions from other people on social platform, on Crowdicity, which I'm just going to show you. These ones are going to be supported. So it actually makes sense if you have an idea to apply early, because you will be more likely to get one of the slots to pitch in front of the jury. You see the website, please write it all down, make a copy, ask us later, whatever needs to be done in order to make sure that if you meet someone in your family, if your friends, etc., that they right away apply here. I'll keep that short. We're running a test with a platform called Crowdicity. The idea is, again, crowd intelligence, crowd knowledge, crowd innovation. How can you the knowledge that is within all the people that then she can actually go on this platform and comment on it and then improve the idea of the startup. It's the open source idea again. So if you publicize, it usually doesn't make sense to keep the idea to yourself. Usually it makes more sense to open the idea up because you get more knowledge from the outside, more mentoring, more support. That's why we run this test now, and whoever goes on that platform can actually help these startups to improve. Right now we don't have any we don't have any startups yet on the platform. Okay, so if you're a startup, if you want to apply, do it fast so we can use this platform in order to improve your company, and you'll get valuable feedback there. Okay, and then the dates. I'll quickly summarize that for you again. So on October 15, we invite idea stage people. So people that always say, we find lots of people that say like, I have this idea. We have, and that's part of what we're doing, we have ways to support you to go from idea stage actually to startup stage. Please approach us early. Please talk to us, and then we find ways to support you to not just apply with the idea, which has too many gaps on the business plan, but get ready for the time that you're supposed to apply for, so November 15, that you have your business plan together, right? So if you have people that say like, oh, I just have an idea, we get those people together, and then we make an idea development workshop. So we show them, we structure it, we support it, we say like this has already been invented, this has not been invented, this we have to, well, this is not a viable idea because we know people, or we know that it doesn't work. Might be very helpful. So we have this idea development workshop in order to increase the quality and the quantity of the applications that we have. The deadline, as mentioned, sharp November 15. You're really invited to apply before if you want to do so. As you can see, on November 21, it's already announcement of the candidates, so this date is also fixed, and then on November 28, we have the jury panel event and 3 companies that are going to be selected to be supported for 3 months. Okay? Then in 2016, January 1, we start with it, the first 3 companies get supported, and after 3 months, we select the best one of these 3 companies and support it for another 9 months. To repeat it again, you can do money, mentoring, co-working space, and network. This is what you really need as a startup. If we just give you money, that's not going to be enough. So that's why we give you the whole range, and that's why we work with people together that are experts in their field.
What's up, Pilipinas? Halina at libutin ang ating mundo. What's up, Pilipinas? Aming ibibigay ang inyong gusto. What's up, Pilipinas? Ang show na ito'y para lang sa inyo. What's up, Pilipinas? Tutok na sa Wazzup Pilipinas. Ibutin ang mundo, kainin ang gusto. Alamin ng tamang daan kung paano ang umaseso. Kasama ang buong tropa ng Wazzup Pilipinas. Aming ibibigay sa madla at ipapadanas. Ang saya ng Wazzup Pilipinas. Tutok na sa Wazzup Pilipinas. Ang saya dito sa Pilipinas. Ihahatid sa inyo ng Wazzup Pilipinas.